It's the trade deadline special here on Saints Franchise. We're 4-4 following a loss to the Bucks last week, 23-21, and a loss to the Bears. And it's now or never. Week 8, are we going to sell away some pieces, or are we going to try and be competitive? I think what I will opt to do is look to move the expiring contracts. Demario Davis is 36 years old. He has 1 year left on his deal. Is he really going to be playing middle linebacker in the NFL at 37 years old on the Saints? I doubt it. Demario Davis has been really one of the most underrated players of the last decade. I think he's put together a near Hall of Fame career. I know that sounds crazy, and it's somewhat tough to kind of determine how good a linebacker is if you're just looking off numbers. And I'm not sure Demario Davis has the raw numbers that you would look for. But over his career, especially with the Saints, he has been one of the best 3 or 5 linebackers overall in the NFL. And he's truly a phenomenal player. Maybe Hall of Very Good rather than Hall of Fame. But he's been tremendous. I think Lavonte David's another one of those guys. I'm looking at Lavonte David. He is a 2-time All-Pro second team, 1-time All-Pro first team, but only a 1-time Pro Bowler. But Lavonte David, again, has been one of the best linebackers in the NFL over the last decade. And he's also going to be 35, or is 35. This is going to be his age 35 season. Demario Davis is about to turn 37. It's his age 36 season. He is a 1-time All-Pro first team, and then the 4 years following that, All-Pro second team, but only a 2-time Pro Bowler. Is that going to be a Hall of Fame resume? Probably not, but he's been a tremendous player for a decade plus. All that to say, he's a tremendous player. He's not going to be able to compete for a Super Bowl this year with the Saints, probably. I may try and trade him to somewhere where he can, and along the same lines, I'm potentially looking to get rid of Cam Jordan. This is maybe a better Hall of Fame case. I think he's like an 8-time Pro Bowler, another 36-year-old, really solid overall player. Will retire a Saint no matter what happens. It would be really tough to fathom him getting moved in real life. And the Pro Bowl is just a popularity contest, but if you look at it, Cam Jordan is an 8-time Pro Bowler. What he really has going for him is he's on the Hall of Fame All-2010s team, but he's only a 1-time All-Pro first team player and made the All-Pro second team twice. So Demario Davis overall exceeds that, but you'd think because of the 8-time Pro Bowl plus Hall of Fame All-2010s team that Cam Jordan probably ends up being a Hall of Famer, certainly ends up being in the Saints Ring of Honor, or whatever they call it with the Saints. But he's not going to be able to win a championship here this year. I think we should move Cam Jordan. The real tough one ends up being Alvin Kamara. He's got 2 years left on his deal. He has been really our entire offense, and he's really fun in the backfield. Really awesome player. He's 30 years old, though. It's kind of weird. Okay, this trade is going to go through. The Lions are obviously extremely competitive, and we may not be. We're going to try and send Cam Jordan and Demario Davis to a potential Super Bowl team. Could be the missing pieces. Their biggest team needs, according to them, were D-tackle. With Cam Jordan, they add a defensive tackle, which is what he was playing for us, even though he's really more of an edge rusher. Can help out in that department as well. And then Demario Davis is far and away the best linebacker that they have now. So that's the move that's being made. We get a first-round pick in return, which is obviously not expected to be very high. But Demario Davis is now tied for being the 5th highest-rated player on this team. He is one of 3 X Factors that they have now. And then, obviously, Cam Jordan is a pretty nice addition to go with Aleem McNeil as well. Julian Blackmon's also another expiring contract. This would let us play Jonas Sanker more. Jonas Sanker, I'm calling him Jonas, of course. And also, it is Taliese Fuaga, not Talisa, as was said all the draft cycle. It is Taliese Fuaga, so my fault on that. Bears are looking for an upgraded free safety. Can we get a second-round pick back for Julian Blackmon? We can't. Would I rather just hold on to Julian Blackmon then? I can't get a third round back either. I'll probably just opt to hold on then. Also adjusting the sliders a little bit again. Boosting the CPU quarterback accuracy up a little bit and really boosting their run block. The CPU run game is just not good enough. Players looking for extensions: Rashid Shaheed, Cam Akers, DPJ, who doesn't really play all that much, Trevor Penning, Alante Taylor. It's a lot of 26-year-old players who are middling, we'll say. Taysom Hill is in here as well. I would imagine the trade market is not crazy for Taysom Hill. But that is going to do it for our trade deadline. We're moving to what is effectively half number 2 of this 2025 NFL season. Of course, with the extended season, the trade deadline is week 9 now, so this is really our final deadline to make moves, but I think this is where we want to be. We'll see if anything changes after the Rams game, but I think I'm good. This does open up some more play time for Jalen Ford, Danny Stutzman, Pete Warner as well. Brian Brzee should be playing a little bit more. So we've got some younger players getting more play time as a result of these trades, which I think is probably a good thing. Still have to remember that Carl Granderson will be working his way back, and he's somebody that we can expect to see back on the field fairly soon. So our pass rush may get even better. Don't necessarily have to rely on just Isaiah Foskey and Fadil Diggs. Carl Granderson's going to step into a starting role, and then of course Chase Young. Chase is just going to be a starter for us. I'm still upset with Bub Means here. I called him Bum Means after he didn't get his feet in bounds, and that was wrong of me, so I'd like to apologize for that and say if Scrub Means makes a mistake again, he's cut. One of our first road games in a while, it feels like. We've just been on such a stretch of home games. We did play on the road actually fairly recently, but I know that's not an accurate stat. The Rams allowed -1 yards and gained -1 yards last week. I find that hard to believe. I'm going to say they probably had a bye. And I'm going to guess that 0 breaks the game. Same way they keep trying to pull up Tyler Shuck numbers from last year when he was in college, and they don't have that. So they just say -1, which it isn't. As the veteran, Matthew Stafford takes the field, having a very nice year. Close to 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. 2 touchdowns per game. That's a decent rate in today's NFL. You'll absolutely take that, as we'll see if we can take on the Rams here and get a win. Now, their run blocking should be a little bit better. We'll see how we match up against it. And this is a good run team. Even though Stafford's having a great year, this team can run it. Kyron Williams is a nice player, and I think maybe more than anything else, their run scheme is really, really good. Now, how is that represented in Madden? I guess we're about to find out, right? Got some heavy shadows here at SoFi. Really bit on play action. Of course, they go back the other way to basically a running back in the receiving game, the way he's able to break tackles with Puka Nacua. But we're able to corral him there. Sets up 2nd and 5. But already, it seems like this Saints team is just going to nickel and dime us down the field. And that's actually a pretty big run. We got right out of the way. Got to be better. Got to be more disciplined, fitting the run, filling our lanes, making tackles. See if we can 2-gap with Devon Godshaw. It's play action. It's a check down, and it's the new Los Angeles Ram, Devontae Adams. We're talking about, future Hall of Famers. That is one of them. Devontae Adams, I would say, is, almost certainly a Hall of Famer. He's had such a great career, so productive, especially in the red zone, or at least converting with touchdowns. I think Stafford probably, with that Super Bowl, sent himself to the Hall of Fame. Here's 3rd and 2, though. Can't worry about that right now. We just got to wrap up. And Nacua is trying to break that Kool-Aid McKinstry tackle, but cannot. 4th and 2. It's a field goal try from Cardi. See if we can block it. But good way to bend, but not break. 3-0 LA. There are the numbers for Tyler Shuck. 12 passing touchdowns to 9 interceptions. It really isn't awful for him. I think that's a decent ratio. As we'll see if Alvin Kamara can get anything going here. Not off to a great start. 2nd and 10. Maybe the pass game will be able to get going a little bit. We're going to try to throw that. Tough throw for Shuck, but he makes it look easy. The problem is Rashid Shaheed couldn't get 2 feet down. We need Rashid Shaheed to go 10 toes down. Where is he here? It's a decent throw, of course. Olave was open, and I saw it, but I saw it too late probably to make that throw. Opted for Shaheed instead. And I think the ball is great. It's right where it needed to be. Shaheed just didn't drag the right foot for whatever reason. And that's a really big missed opportunity. We can't waste good Tyler Shuck throws. Absolutely can't do it. Well, that's going the other way. I tried to throw with anticipation. I should have anticipated a pick. What am I thinking? It's a Kello Witherspoon. There's no way the center just leapfrogged him there. That's crazy. Looks like he's squatting to take a shit. I don't really mind the decision. It just really didn't work. 3rd down, throwing to our best receiver. Maybe the best option was Shaheed, but this is double coverage. Cooks, I don't know if we have it there. Was kind of reading this player inside number 20, Cam Kinshins. Saw him running towards the flat. I'm like, we can throw in behind him. With pressure in our face, we had to let the ball go. Went with the backside dig, Chris Olave, but he just never got position. Kello Witherspoon basically ran the route for him. And we're starting to see these sliders actually play to what the sliders are, which is, I guess, the point of them. But it makes it challenging when this is not default all Madden, and receivers do not get open nearly as well, and CPU defenders cover even better. But I'm looking for a challenge. We're going to get one. It's a run. It's Kyron Williams. Nice play on the back end of that. Isaiah Foskey making the play, and we've got 3rd and 8. Okay, so we've played bend but don't break defense before down here. Let's do it again. We're right there. Knocked down and incomplete. Pete Warner should have had another interception. Would have been easy reads. Maybe a good old children's book reference, but no. It's a knockdown, and it's 3 for LA. All right, how do we bounce back after the pick, Tyler? Well, we're going to start by running the football, and Kamara has nowhere to go. And I really don't like running the ball on 2nd and long, which means this is a pass, clearly. And that's going to be Chris Olave. Just didn't really love anything there. Shuck on the move. We're actually going to throw that on 3rd and 11 because of course we are. And Brandon Cooks is able to separate just enough, make the catch, and move the chains. I've run the ball on so many first downs. I'm going to do it again. We're running away from the numbers here. So I'm hoping that we'd actually have a better chance, but no. Shaheed in motion, but he's going to come back. It's just a dummy. And Bub Means could be open here. Bub Means is wide open! He's the best! Bub means business! I just needed to motivate him, and that's what makes me one of the greatest coaches in the history of the game. Gene Dangus has done it again. You got to know how to motivate your players. Not everybody responds the same way. We said some things about Bub Means. None of them come to mind right now. I think we said, this guy's great. He's going to show up and make some plays. And there he is. Bub Means, man coverage, got the wheel from the slot, and that was really, really good. God. Please subscribe. Tell your friends about the show. It's great. Well, we've taken the lead. Doesn't necessarily need to be long, sustained drives. Just needs to be... Oh, that's going to be a touchdown. Oh, underthrown by Stafford. No, it is a touchdown anyway. It was a free play. Stafford got somebody to jump, and it really didn't matter. Because Puka Nacua caught the ball over the top despite being underthrown, broke a couple of tackles anyway, and then walked into the end zone. I was feeling pretty good after the Bub Means touchdown. And that fell apart quite literally in an instant. It didn't take more than one play. 13-7 LA. Also, it's come to my attention, we are both in white main jerseys. So when I went to change the uniforms, I put the Rams in a home alternate, and this is what it gave me. It didn't let me preview it, so I didn't know they were wearing white. It didn't show it. And to my colorblind viewers, or really anybody with eyes, I apologize. I had no idea. It's the game's fault, really. And to my blind viewers watching, well, to the people that are consuming this audibly, I was just kidding. It looks totally good. Don't worry about it. Wide open, incomplete, and that's the end of one here in LA. Down by a touchdown, but a touchdown and an extra point gives us the lead. I think we're playing pretty good football, to be honest. It's just one bad play on defense is why we are down in this game. I know the offense hasn't been amazing. We're struggling to get the run game going, trying to get Alvin Kamara the football. So maybe a screen could be in play. And we've got decent numbers out here. It's very hard to tell, but there's Kamara. And a nice gain for Alvin, close to midfield. Brandon Cooks can just get outside here. We might have a big-time play. He couldn't. Jared Verse blows it up. Shuck on the move. Nothing but space. It's man coverage. Couldn't get a block downfield. It's unfortunate, but block or no block, or O block, Tyler Shuck's out here, baby. Nah, it was a good run, though. There's Alvin Kamara. Good run from Alvin. Tyler Shuck is posted up on Frank Block with his fucking gang. Shout out to Slim Jesus. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Here's 1st and 10 from the 21. What do you guys know about Slim Jesus? Touch pass, Olave, touchdown! I actually did the specialized left trigger pass stick successfully, and it resulted in an Olave touchdown and him bringing the boom, baby. What's the Rizzler up to? I need a Rizzler and Slim Jesus collab. Is Slim Jesus too niche of a reference in 2025? Only you can tell me. I don't know. That's culture. I need to ask AJ and Big Justice how many big booms for Slim Jesus. It's 14-13. I don't think AJ or the Rizzler would be allowed to watch my content. It's too provocative. Up by 1. 7 minutes to play here in half number 1. Let's go. Puke Nakua, 3 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown. I thought we were doing a pretty good job containing him. Just like a night out, sometimes a little puke slips out. You gotta boot and rally, and we're gonna make the next play. Puke Nakua is not gonna hold us back much longer. Oh, that's very bad. Nearly a big play in the backfield. Ferguson throws him off and then gets out of bounds. It's the rookie out of Oregon, Terrence Ferguson. Rams actually traded up for him. They liked him so much. So I'm really interested to see his role in 2025. Chase Young was the injured Saint there, as this is a pitch outside. Take a short loss there at 3. Bruised ribs for Chase Young. We're going to substitute him with Devon Godshaw. That can't be the guy. Maybe Nate Shepard into the game. We have Foskey. We have Fadil Diggs. We have other guys. It doesn't have to be our main starting interior defensive lineman. Why would he be the replacement? That's, it's decent defense, but it's not good enough. First down Rams. Isaiah Likely has been traded to LA, making the Terrence Ferguson draft pick seem completely useless now. And there's Likely. I mean, they could run 12 personnel, but what about Tyler Higbee? Maybe he didn't even make the team. I know he's dealt with some injury stuff as Chase Young is back on the field. Rams really are driving here. We know Stafford's really unlikely to run, but we got to worry about it at least a little bit. Stutzman! Oh my goodness. Pop Stafford, but Stafford just laid in there. He's a vet. He knows he can take a shot and deliver a strike. There's Terrence Ferguson. I mean, 12 personnel going wild here at SoFi. Didn't honestly hit Stafford hard enough. I'm fine with the touchdown if you take Stafford out of the game. Get old Stetson Bennett in there. But nope. This is a slugfest. Alvin Kamara leading all running backs in receiving yards by a lot. It's really not even close. But that's Alvin Kamara for you. And he's really run the ball so effectively for us as well. Not this game, but just overall. I think he was top 3 in rushing yards going into this week. And I don't know that we're going to be able to say that after this week. But we've got to find other ways to get him the football. And that obviously is through the air. Screens are always great, but Alvin can also work on something like this too, but we don't have time. Braden Fisk got there. Forced a bad throw. 3rd and 12. This is absolute arm punt territory. This is a launch to Rashid Shaheed, most likely. We'll see what we have here. Not enough time. Just one incompletion of the game for Matt Stafford. He is lighting us up, but it hasn't been anything too crazy, and it could have been a way worse result on the free play, but instead it was a 70-plus yard touchdown, right? So, I mean, that'll happen. Kool-Aid McKinstry's been really good for us, and that's pretty good coverage there. Not a whole lot he can do. But no Demario Davis. You would expect this defense to get significantly worse, and we're getting over-aggressive on defense, and we're leaving things open. The Rams are using our aggressiveness against us, and they're just dumping it off to the flat pretty routinely. So we've got to try and answer that, and I think coming out, maybe running cover 3, getting some hard flats on the field. Maybe we take away where Stafford actually wants to go with the ball, and we can start shutting things down. But Stafford is a pro. He sees cover 3. He knows where he can take advantage. It's right up the seam, and he hit it perfectly on the hash, and the Rams move the chains. Stafford is dialed in right now. We don't really have an answer. And it's still really tough to play defense, or is it? Kool-Aid McKinstry interception. The spin move is crazy, but McKinstry breaks the tackle. Kool-Aid, oh yeah! Likely trying to track him down. Kool-Aid trying to go coast to coast, and Kool-Aid McKinstry, pick 6. Touchdown Saints. Who dat? You thought Stafford? Yeah, give me the dog celebration. Kool-Aid is an absolute dog. Another interception for our star corner. That's really what he is, star young cornerback. He's playing great for us. And that's sometimes why you take it out. Do we want the ball at the 20? Or do we want to get the ball in the other end zone? We see that celebration literally every single touchdown during the weekly recap and at the half. We've taken the lead with a minute to go here in the second quarter. 21-20. Stafford's first big mistake is a huge one. He pays the price. Oh, we got to wrap up there, Jalen. Somebody better bring Kyron Williams down. I mean, I knew it was going to be another big play. There's Devontae Adams. Rams have called their final timeout with 38 seconds left, though. I mean, they're driving down the field expeditiously, you might say. They want us to blitz against Stafford here. I feel like that's how a touchdown happens. So I'm not going to be doing that. If they want to check down, they're more than welcome to. But they're just getting out of bounds easily. Chase Young is injured again. 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to run the cover 4 match here with Palms. It's going to turn into man coverage, but I'm not really mad about. That check down's going to be tackled, and that clock's going to be ticking. Rams shouldn't be able to get another snap off. They won't. We go into the half up by 1, 21-20. That was an entertaining half. Take a look at some of the highlights around the league. Here's the Eric Ebron Bowl as Anthony Richardson throwing down the field, finding a receiver. It's a Colts win, 20-14. In real life today, it's not going to be Josh Downs catching touchdowns from Anthony Richardson. There's the dog celebration. It's not going to be from Daniel Jones either. There just won't be touchdowns. But Daniel Jones has been named the starter. Kind of a crazy one. As we get Panthers-Packers, the Reggie White Bowl. Julius Peppers. How about a one-handed touchdown snag from Longhorn legend Jatavion Sanders? Panthers beat the Packers 14-7. Also kind of the late, great Kevin Green. I think he was a Panther, but also a Packers coach. As we'll look at Giants 49ers, McCaffrey bouncing off an Abdul Carter tackle. Dexter Lawrence can't bring him down either. And McCaffrey would not be denied. Paid the price. Javon Holland popped him, but he got into the end zone. Oh my goodness. Exciting first half of football here, and the games around the league match. Bears beat the Bengals 28-25. Broncos beat the Texans 24-21. What a week of football here at the trade deadline. We start half number 2 with the football. Here's Jonas Sanker to return. Maybe for the last time. That sucked. Let's go, Alvin. All right, a little bit of space there. Had a really bad first half running the ball. Maybe half number 2 has something different in store. There's Kamara. Oh, decent space. Kamara actually stayed on his feet after surviving the first tackle attempt. Here's 2nd and 3. We can get to the outside here. Kamara broken tackle. There's the stiff arm. Kamara still on his feet. Alvin Kamara starting to turn up here in the 3rd quarter. Man, he's a fun player. I really do like Alvin Kamara. Would be a pretty tough player to trade. Or maybe it's Cam Akers season. Maybe. Get Alvin back in there. Space up the middle. We'll take 4. 3rd and 2. Alvin searching for space. Can't find it. 4th and 2. Now we have a decision. It's a deep field goal. We're not going to punt here, which means we are going for it from the 38-yard line. Oh, man. I honestly think our best bet might be a shot down the field. It sounds crazy. I mean, the safety's shaded over that way. We'll see who gets open. I mean, Olave's cooked. Shuck for Olave! Touchdown number 2! If they're going to press on the outside, no safety help, I trust Olave one-on-one. And he brings the boom again. I think we're going to go for 2, by the way, as well. I think we are. This is a really, really good spot to be in. Olave burns Witherspoon. Definite revenge for that interception earlier. Really nice game for Olave. He doesn't catch a ton of passes, but when he does, they're touchdowns. The reason we go for 2 here. It is a 7-point game regardless. It is a 2-possession game if we convert. That's the value. So we're going to try to go for it here. I really, really believe in this philosophy. You make it a 2-possession game. There's Kamara. Bouncing it. There's a flag, though. You'd expect a holding. It's a legal block in the back. This is going to get declined, and it's going to stay a 7-point game. Yes, if you take the extra point, it's 8, and you force them to go for 2, and there's value to that, no question. But this way, the 2-possession game is more valuable. 2 possessions is huge. Like making them score on an extra possession, but didn't happen this time around. I don't know how Kamara was held out there. Looked like he would have been in easily. Kyron Williams, nowhere to go. It's Chase Young. Playing a little bit hurt in this one. It's been bruised ribs, but that right leg seems to be bothering him. Couldn't tell that time. 3-yard loss for the Rams. Oh, good defense. Pete Warner denies the Tutu Atwell catch. 3rd and 13. Big spot. We can pass commit. We know this is going through the air. We know. If they run the ball, congrats, you're not picking it up. I mean, maybe they could, I guess. Stafford with a shot down the field. It's double coverage, but they've got a step, and it's intercepted by Blackman. I'm sure the Rams aren't complaining. That's an arm punt down to the 11-yard line. And that's why you take the shot on 3rd down, because there's no real penalty. If you throw an interception, it's as good as a punt, and that's a pretty good punt down to the other 11. Julian Blackman gets the interception, but maybe a knockdown would have been better. You never know what could happen with the punt, but the interception actually, it's not like it's that great for us there. See if the offense can get out of this hole. And we can. There's Kamara. Ooh, very close to the first. He's averaging like 5 yards per carry, which after the start, after the first half, you'd think that was basically impossible, but Alvin is rolling here. We are on fire right now, and Kamara, the contact balance is unbelievable. Now we'll try a toss here. 2nd and 10. See if Alvin Kamara can get something going. The blocking is fantastic. It's one-on-one in the open field. Kamara's going to make a miss. Alvin Kamara approaching 100 yards rushing. Absolutely on fire right now. He's going to have 100 yards rushing in the third quarter alone, it feels like. Cam Akers to check in now. Run blocking is great. There's Cam Akers, but this one might be coming back. Akers inside the 10. His longest run of the year, but he had some help. Holding on the Pro Bowl center, Eric McCoy. We're back to midfield, and with an injury to Taysom Hill. There's Kamara. We're going to run on 1st and 18, and there's another flag. No way. Another illegal block in the back, this time Chris Olave. We actually gained 2 yards on that. Sets up 1st and 16. We've been running the ball so effectively. Oh, that's bumped. Taysom Hill's back in the game, though. Gives us 5. -5 speed with the wear and tear factor. 2nd and 11. Don't love anything there. Man, suddenly it's 3rd and 11. We've been running the ball so well, but it was already a risk to run on 1st and 18. Didn't love the look on 1st and 16, believe it or not. We're going to throw that with anticipation. Cook's trying to go up and get it out of reach. And, I mean, here we're going to have to punt. It's just too long to go for it. Not really a makeable kick. And hopefully Burnup can just drop a really good punt in there. I like the spot. They start on their own 11. We've been there before. Jalen Ford. Okay. How about that for a Demario Davis replacement? You might have one more play here before the end of the third quarter. I'd be eager to see if the Rams even try something here. And they won't. Going into quarter number 4, we are up by 7. 9 minutes on the clock. We've been playing great. Kamara has been dominant here in the third quarter. Hopefully that continues into the fourth. We've been playing great. It'd be a real shame to lose this one. We're on the road against one of the better teams in the NFL. Got to come away with this win. But the Rams offense could explode at any moment, and we wouldn't be able to stop it. Don't take that shot. There it is. McKinstry, Cook, Davante Adams. Touchdown. Yeah. It's just one of those things where they found the single coverage. He's been playing great of late, but Kool-Aid McKinstry doesn't exactly have elite downfield speed, and he just could not keep up with Davante Adams. He's a long strider. In fact, I feel like most people probably think Davante Adams is a little bit bigger than he is. Just he plays big. But Davante Adams isn't 6'5", or 6'4", or 6'3", or even 6'2". I'm pretty sure Davante Adams is 6'1". And it's kind of like the case of a DeAndre Hopkins type player. He was never all that fast, but he was so physical, especially at the top of the route, and was so good at creating separation in physical ways at the top of the route. You'd think, okay, DeAndre Hopkins is 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", even. I mean, I guess I wouldn't have thought that of those guys at 6'4", but people do. And DeAndre Hopkins is maybe 6'1". There's Kamara, though. We're going to need to lean on him here in the fourth quarter. Lead us to victory, Alvin. I guess you also probably think those receivers are a little bit taller just because they're so big. Like, Davante Adams is over 210 pounds. DeAndre Hopkins probably in that same ballpark. These are big-bodied receivers, and they've been very successful as a result. We're going to run the ball on 2nd and 11. I typically don't love it, but we've been able to run the ball most effectively here in the second half, so I felt like if we wanted yardage, running the ball was going to be the way to move the chains, and I don't feel that way on 3rd and 7. I think I would prefer to pass. Olave to clear out. Kamara or Cooks is probably where we're going with the football here. Here's a big 3rd down. I like Cooks the most. Bullet from Shuck. Cooks holds on. 1st down, Saints. Let's go. With revamp passing, the bullet passes are so scary because you've got to hold it down to get the bullet pass, right? But if you hold it down, you're going to get an inaccurate ball. So it's a lot of risk reward with the bullet pass. And maybe that's the way it should be, but it leads to a lot of inaccurate balls, I would say. Here's 2nd and 8. We got to get that blocked. We got to get that blocked. Third down and 6. I mean, we have Verse on an island, but we don't have time to get it to him. It's the speedster Byron Young off the edge. Tyler Shuck is dropped, and why is it that every fourth quarter the CPU pass rush dials it up to another level and starts putting our quarterback on the ground, whether it's Rattler, whether it's Shuck. In the fourth quarter, I mean, they are on another level, dude. Somebody get after Stafford. That is a dart, but not caught by Atwell. Not maybe the receiver you want in contested catch spots. I'm going to go cover 4 quarters here. Again, this is a coverage here that I really like in these spots. And it works out well for us. We've picked off Stafford a pair of times, and the Rams offense has not been as successful as it initially looked like they were going to be. The Rams will punt the ball back to us. 4 minutes to play. I like a return here. I think we can get 10 yards. Maybe not. 3rd and 1. Dance with the one that brought you. There's Alvin Kamara. Broken tackle, first down, Alvin. He's over 100. We don't need anything too fancy. Feed 41. 3-pointer to win it. Bang! Out to Allen! I did the order wrong. But yeah, 3-pointer. Ray Allen. One of my favorite basketball players of all time. Referencing his big clutch 3 with the Heat. I would just need a field goal. I don't even need a 3-pointer. That's a different sport. Shuck taken off. Tyler Shuck brings us to the 44 as the 2-minute warning hits. And I was a Ray Allen fan since far before the Heat. With basketball, I was never really a fan of any team. I just had players that I liked, and my favorite players were Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. It was Kevin Garnett with the Timberwolves. I mean, Allen goes back to the Bucks, but with the Sonics especially, and then he and Garnett teamed up on the Celtics. I'm like, what am I, a Boston sports fan now? That was a weird time. But those are my guys. But anyway, we just need a field goal. Don't want to do anything too crazy. 2nd and 7. Juwan Johnson wide open. Get him the football. We are on the edge of field goal range, which means we are on the edge of victory. 40 seconds to go. Kamara open. Ball out to Alvin. No fumble this time. Train rolling through. Get off the tracks. Alvin sits him down. There's Kamara. I mean, they're just happy to let us get the free yardage right now. Their best chance at winning this game is probably to let us in the end zone. I'm not really that interested in scoring. If they want to ice us, that's fine. I'd rather the 3 here. 3rd down, Kamara. Dragged back. The Rams have called a timeout. And they're probably not going to waste a timeout here on the ice. That would be stupid. So this is a little bit of a scary moment because they're going to have time, potentially. And we've been cooked over the top already. Field goal from Blake Rupe to put us on top. It's blocked by the Rams! What? No way, dude! I swear this shit only happens to me. I mean, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable how this stuff happens only to me. I swear. Oh, finally a win? Nope. Nope. Rams get the football back. Tie game. Devontae Adams wide open. Rams call their final timeout. Adams has 7 for 161. They're going to try a kick to win it with 18 seconds to go. That feels like an insane move. Wide left! No good! What is this game? Oh my goodness. What is happening? I mean, actually, what's going on here? This is complete chaos. There's Cooks. He makes the catch. We're going to call a timeout. Foster Moreau in motion. 10 seconds to go. We are running the ball. There's Kamara. Kamara with the truck stick. Timeout, Saints. 5 seconds on the clock. We do have a timeout. I want to get a little bit closer. Just a little bit. There's Shuck diving ahead. Final timeout. It's going to be a 48-yard kick to win it. Blake Rupe from 48. Kick down the middle is good. Oh my goodness. It's finally over. 30-27 in a game that took years off my life. I could actively feel my hairline going back in real time. Starting to look like Sean McVay. I'm getting grays. This is chaos. I cannot believe the final minute of this game. Shuck throws for 234, 3 touchdowns. Did he outduel Matthew Stafford? Survey says very close. But I'm going to say yeah. One fewer interception. I mean, the yards is very different, but we lean on our best players. We don't have to be one-dimensional. 24 for 118 for Kamara, broke 7 tackles. Shuck ran the ball pretty well, with which Stafford did not. Brandon Cooks was actually our leading receiver, but of course, the Chris Olave stat line. 3 catches, 2 touchdowns, and then whatever amount of yards. This time he had 62, 1 for 66 for Bub Means, and then defensively, tackle for loss for Brzee, Chase Young, Devon Godshaw, Justin Reed, no sacks in this one, and of course picks for Blackman and Kool-Aid. I need to catch my breath after that one. More NFC South action on the way soon, but before we get that, we got the weekly recap. We saw some Niners-Giants action earlier. We did not see this Brandon Ayuk catch and run. The Giants seem to be the worst tackling team in the NFL as Ayuk high steps into the end zone. That was a touchdown. What about Broncos-Texans, the Raheem Moore Bowl? Is that kind of a niche reference? I feel like he was a Texan and for sure was a Bronco. I think Raheem Moore got to Houston. As Allen making a couple Texans miss in a 24-21 Broncos win. Got to remember, that's Keenan Allen who signed with the Broncos. Chiefs and Bills, 2 of the top teams you'd think in the AFC. We actually took the Bills down earlier this season. Josh Allen was not doing that against us. Bills win 24-15. Mahomes, 0 passing touchdowns in the loss. Film room prep ahead of this NFC South matchup. The Panthers have had a pretty good year so far. Critical game this week. What are you seeing in the film? Their defensive line looks like a weak point we can exploit in both the running and passing game. Okay. Longer passing plays, as we should have time to let them develop without taking sacks. I question that, Scott, but okay. This is interesting, but all right. This is why I hired you, Scott. You apparently know what you're talking about. We'll see what happens. All right, team, settle in. We need to talk strategy for this week's matchup. We're looking at a true battle of the trenches. They have a weak defensive line, and we're going to attack that. That doesn't really sound like a true battle, then. That sounds like we should be able to kill them, as Longhorn legend rookie offensive lineman Kelvin Banks has something to say. He is locked in. He's a beast. But no, that is serious, so not in all seriousness. But this is a team effort. We'll use this advantage to capitalize. Rush for 2 touchdowns is the goal today. Well, we still have Alvin Kamara, which means I think that's quite a possibility. The only player out, Corey Trice. He's a broken finger, so minus 14 speed. Yeah, I think that checks out. But Carl Granderson is back. Has Chris Olave been a superstar? Why does this feel different to me? I guess surely he had it, but I don't know why I felt like he was star dev for some reason. Upgrades available for Danny Stutzman and Tyler Shuck, the quarterback of our offense and defense. Stutzman just needs to improve in coverage still. I'd like to get change of direction, agility upgraded somewhere along the way. I don't know if that's even going to be an option. +4 man coverage is really not bad, and I think getting him to 70 zone, it starts to feel like it's in a better spot. He's becoming a more well-rounded player. And then for Shuck, I think it's got to be improviser. It's the weakest part of his game. If we can get deep throw accuracy up, but throw under pressure, throw on the run, throw accuracy short jumps up 3, break sack gets a +2. Not a bad upgrade for Shuck here. And he is 25 with only normal development. That does kind of complicate things, but I don't know that it's out of the question to say this guy could be our starting quarterback next year. See how when you go to edit CPU uniforms, you can't actually see and preview any of these? That feels like a glitch or a bug, but it is fun to play the game, as I've mentioned before with EA games. Bug or feature? I'm hoping these are the black uniforms, and we'll go with the white, but also give me the gold pants today. Bank of America Stadium. They've got Greg Olson to pound the drum. We're not going to hype it up, though. Oh, it's these. This is a pretty good look, though. Panthers are 6-3. We got to focus less about what they look like aesthetically and more what they're going to look like on the field. We're going to kick off to start. Let's go, defense. We've been playing pretty good football lately, but haven't been on the winning side of a lot of close games. 5-4. See if we can improve back to 500 in this one. Panthers right now in a pretty good spot for that division. Bryce Young having a decent season. 7-3. Panthers win, and I mean, you pretty much have this division locked up, but we get Carl Granderson back today, and hopefully he's the difference, as that's going to be a big run to kick things off. Rico Dowdle returning to the Carolinas, former South Carolina running back. We know that the Panthers are dealing with some injuries here. Jonathan Brooks, complete ACL tear. Man, Jonathan Brooks cannot catch a break. Chuba Hubbard, broken thumb. Derek Brown, broken finger. So some big injuries for this Carolina team. Looks like Rico Dowdle will have to get the bulk of the carries today. They don't have a choice. And it's 3rd and 5. I would say this probably should be 4-down territory, but I doubt it will be. And that's one reason it won't be. Tetero and McMillan. T-Mac, the Tet Offensive, one of my favorite nicknames that I've coined. I have not heard anybody else say that. I've been calling him the Tet Offensive for at least a year now. And you students of history may get that. It's kind of an interesting reference, but we'll see if it catches on. It's a little bit wordy, but it's historically kind of cool. As that is a great throw back over the middle towards McMillan. I thought we read that completely well. Never thought in a million years Bryce Young would have tried that. Throwing back across his body. And that is a big play. Dowdle gets popped there by Jonas Senker. We've got to tighten some things up here already. It's at least a nice way to help out with Warner, make that play. Man coverage against the running back's always so scary, because if he just sprints out, we're going to be in trouble. But McMillan can't make the catch. He's celebrating like he did something. All you did was drop the ball, buddy. Eddie Piñeiro's on for the kick. See if Carolina can take a 3-0 lead. Yes. 3-0. Here's Tyler Shuck. 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's at nearly 1,700 yards passing, completing 64% of his throws. This is a great rookie year for Tyler Shuck. The O-line's been pretty good, but it's really been great with Alvin Kamara. He has been a workhorse. He's been a featured receiver as well as a runner. He's really having an incredible year, and despite Alvin Kamara being such a great player, such a great receiver, such a big threat in the red zone, he's never had 1,000 yards rushing in a season. Never. This year could be the year that changes, but he's going to catch the football here. Broken tackle for Kamara. 1st down, Saints. Play action. Shuck stepping up, sliding safely in front of Jackson. I like the idea of Olave here. We know we're going to have man coverage, so this could be wide open. It's Taysom Hill. Josie Jewell doesn't have the speed. Taysom Hill has the first. Shaheed in motion. He's actually wide open. Get Rashid Shaheed the football. He made somebody miss. There goes another. J.C. Horn playing against his dad's former team. Spun out, looking foolish. Here's 1st and goal. Kamara with the carry. Jump cut was unnecessary. And now Josie Jewell's hurt. We want those Kamara touchdowns today. But there's a flag. Did they line up offsides? Hopefully they did, yeah. We're going to get a little bit of a boost here. 2nd and goal on the 3 now. QB Powers, kind of a fun call. This is a crazy look here from the Panthers. Can we get outside? There goes Tyler Shuck. Juke back inside. Shuck down to the 2. Here's the run. Kamara's going to walk in. Alvin Kamara doesn't get easier than that. The outside runs may be very effective today. We had a couple of those, and we're blocking it really well. And we take a 7-3 lead. QB rushing touchdown leaders. Where's Tyler Shuck on this list? He's got to have, I think, at least 2. He's got to, you know what? He's got at least 1. But maybe, probably 2. I thought that was going to be a draw at first. Dowdle can't make the catch. Good defense. 2nd and 10. Pressure! Down goes Young. It's Danny Stutzman. Just firing straight in. I think he probably went through the A-gap there. Center didn't pick it up. See if we can take another look at this, because Danny Stutzman had Young on the ground. Felt like almost instantly. We only rushed 4, or we were supposed to. It was supposed to be Tampa 2. Oh, interesting. Stutzman did go through the A-gap. The guard went to help on the tackle. Stutzman was unblocked. Oh, okay. I see the actual play art now. We had somebody dropping back. 3rd and 17. Don't want to be on Justin Reed here. Covering over the middle. Young going to look to take off, and Bryce Young, actually with a bit of speed there, nearly made that dangerous. Wide open, Juwan Johnson. Go through him, Juwan. Throws one off. First down, New Orleans. Radigan was there to save more yardage. This may be the final play of the first quarter. It's going to go to Alvin Kamara. And we're going to bounce this outside. There goes Kamara. Alvin's going to have a big day. 4 rushes, 26 yards, but every time he touches the football, there's nothing but space to the outside. I really could see Alvin going for 150 today. Good first quarter. We're up 7-3, about to make it 14, hopefully. Or maybe not 150. Kamara loses a few, but will they be able to cover Olave? We're going to go to Kamara, working back over. Beautiful ball from Shuck. Kamara makes the catch. That ended up being the best option for us. Kamara one-on-one against the linebacker Radigan, and Tyler Shuck threw a beautiful ball. Clean pocket, working all the way back across. That was the final read in the progression there. It doesn't really get a whole lot better than that. Kamara makes the catch. I mean, what can't this guy do? Punch it into the end zone here? Yeah, that's correct. We need more outside runs. Inside zone isn't exactly that, but it does get a one-on-one. Kamara down to the 1. I'm going to run duo here, which is a similar run concept to inside zone. It's just blocked slightly differently, but Kamara reaches across the goal line. Touchdown, Saints. He really is the entire offense. If we didn't keep Kamara at the deadline, I don't know what we would look like right now, because he catches the ball so well. He gets open. He holds on when you don't expect a running back to. He breaks tackles routinely. He's got enough burst to make big plays happen in the run game. He is an awesome player, and we're having an awesome start to this game. 14-3. 3rd and 5. This is a big play here. Staying over the middle. Good defense again. The Panthers have not been a very good team on 3rd down today. That's been the difference so far. We're making big-time stops, and the Panthers can't. See if they travel with Juwan Johnson here. Looks like they will. We're going to try to run behind him, or cut right back up the middle. Could have been something there, but if the queen had balls, she could have been king. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Doesn't really help you out very much. Kamara, as soon as I said something about how well he started off, 10 rushes for 28 yards. A really just horrific ratio. 3rd and 6. He's going to check down to Kamara. I think he makes somebody miss in the open field. That's exactly what he does. Kamara first down. Shuck right at the century mark, passing here in the first half. And I just want to use Kamara in the passing game again. But Taysom Hill's wide open. We're going to get him the football. He's got a little bit of room to run. There goes Taysom into Carolina territory. It's open. Olave makes the catch despite the throw being way behind him. Shuck took a shot in the process. and that's why that throw wasn't where it needed to be, but gets the job done. Still cooking a little bit here. And there goes Cam Akers. Akers has got decent speed. Probably the fastest of the two running backs that you see most often for us. He's capable of making some plays happen as a true secondary option. He's, not close to where Alvin Kamara is, who still is on his feet and carrying J.C. Horn. I think that was number 8 on the back for a first down. We are marching in right now. There's Taysom Hill. It's 5. I thought that was going to be a way better route. Oh, that was ugly. How does a bubble screen sound here? I think it's man coverage. We're going to have a one-on-one maybe. Going to have to run it. There's Kamara. Just nowhere to go. Bubble screen got taken care of. But I'll be pretty happy with a 17-3 lead here. Very good first half. A lot of time left in this game, though. If the Panthers can make this 17-10 going into the half, this game is far from over. 17-3 looks very different, though, if that ends up being the scoreline. Bryce Young going to take off. I mean, you could just tell it was coming. Young under pressure will just throw it away. McMillan in the area, 2nd and 10. 1:22 to play. Carolina still has 2 timeouts. It's where we need Carl Granderson to make a play. Ooh, that would actually look like Z-spot right away, but that was kind of a hook and go in the middle of the field. And if they had time, that could have been nasty. I was definitely fooled. Less than 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Panthers probably need to show more of a sense of urgency, but Granderson making space for Devon Godshaw. Chase Young holding up blocks as well. Setting up the one-on-one. Godshaw got to Young. And that is a lot of time off the clock. The Panthers did not call a timeout. This is the final play of the first half. Once again, the Madden CPU has no idea how to run with no time on the clock. Good timeout there. It's halftime. So stupid. 17-3. We'll take that. All right, this could be big for us. Need the Colts to beat Atlanta. Kirk Cousins in a quarterback. That is a dart to a wide open money with 2 O's. Darnell Mooney. They're showing Michael Penix numbers, but he is not played as Anthony Richardson throws for less than 100 yards and a touchdown. AFC West action. Broncos having a great year. 7-2. Can they beat the 4-4 Raiders? Well, lefty Bo Nix says yes. Another fun glitch with these highlights. Cortland Sutton touchdown as lefty Bo Nix leads the Raiders to a 27-19 victory. And there's that dog celebration. Jags, Texans, 2-6 teams, maybe one to miss here. CJ Stroud with plenty of time, but will look to run anyway. Sees man coverage, knows that nobody's on the quarterback. 21-0, Texans at the half. Third quarter starts now. We start with the football. Could be 24-3 if all goes well. Get the block on the outside. Oh my goodness. I mean, this stretch run needs to get shown some love here, because the blocking on the outside is so good from Olave. If Kamara doesn't reach 100 in this game, I'd be surprised. We just need more outside runs, and this actually should work really well after what we just pulled. Play action. It's going to go to Kamara. Working off play action. They're not biting on it. And I see Juwan Johnson. We're just going to take off with Shuck. Shaheed's going to be wide open. Wide open. You can just tell. There's Rashid Shaheed. The spin move back, and Shaheed has open space. Rashid Shaheed got to beat one. Touchdown. The speed from Shaheed pays dividends. Touchdown Saints. It is a blowout in Charlotte. And there's that dog celebration. And he certainly is one. What a play. Rashid Shaheed with the spin move of dreams. Little wobbler from Shuck. Olave did it all he could, really. But it's Shaheed that makes 2 men miss, putting them in the spin cycle. It is 24-3. This one about wrapping up here in Charlotte. Okay, maybe a Panthers comeback starts now. Get out of the way, Coach Dangus. Nearly got bowled over there. Ooh, that's not great. Good tackle. 4th and 1. Panthers going for it. They're going to get it. Is it Raheem Blackshear? I mean, who even just ran the ball there? Trevor Etienne. That's right. I don't know if Raheem Blackshear is even still with the Panthers, to be honest. Dowdle back in the game. I think we played that about as well as we could, but look at that tackle by Julian Blackman. Maybe a good thing we held on to him. Oh, wow. Xavier Leggett down to the 1. Carolina looking to get in the end zone here. And they're going to do that pretty easily. Rico Dowdle untouched. Hopefully this is not the start of a comeback. I will say that end zone looks pretty sweet. With the blue text on the black background with these uniforms, it's popping. But we got to get back in action here. Offense has been great today. We need to keep it up. Still plenty of time left in this game for Carolina if we go 3 and out a couple of times or turn over the football. Those things can't happen. Play action to start. I like that throw, but it's Aaron from Shuck, and the one thing we couldn't do, we do instantly. Tell me Olave is not wide open there. It's Trayvon Merrick with the interception. Shuck airmails it. When we let that go, there's no way Olave wasn't absolutely wide. I mean, I thought this was a beautiful idea. Look at the space. Look at all this free real estate. Merrick is 10 yards away from Olave. Pass led down. And that's where that ball ends up. Young with all day in the pocket. We'll just check down. Broken tackle by Etienne. I mean, I think we see what's happening. This is where the computer turns it on. Suddenly the Panthers defense forces a bad throw. Their offense is starting to look really good. I would almost be blown away if this doesn't end up 24-17 going into the 4th quarter. We'll see. Young to throw. Ball down to the 1. Well, that was the final play of the 3rd quarter, but 24-17 seems all but guaranteed. Here's 1st and goal. Let's pinch that D-line. Here's the run. Jalen Ford blows it up. Etienne nowhere to go. Young to throw. Touchdown, Adam Thielen. We got a game. We got a game. I mean, the interception has completely changed the game. Completely. Panthers making contested catches now that they were not making earlier in the game. And we've got an entire quarter to try and keep the Panthers from tying this game. We need a touchdown. We need points at least. Got to make this a 2-possession game. Well, it was play action on the pick. What if we started with an actual run? Kind of got a lot in the box here, but we're going to go for it anyway. Kamara shut down, loses a yard. Maybe the run on 1st down doesn't work here. 2nd and 11. We're going to run the ball. Kamara can't get through. 3rd and 10. Kamara is open. We got to find him. There's Alvin Kamara. Makes a man miss in the open field. Kamara stretching inside the 35. What a play. Carolina blitzed. We took advantage. I know Taysom Hill is going to be wide here. Bullet from Shuck. Sideline, missed him. Bub Means, take the shot. He's got a step. Bub Means, business. No. Scrub Means is back. Bum Means is back. How does he not come down with that? Oh, man, pressure. Thankfully not a pick. We're going to go ahead and try a 51-yarder. It makes it a 2-possession game. There's some significant wind. Will it matter for Blake Rupe? Looks pretty good, and it is. 27-17 with 6 minutes to play. Blake's going to be cool. That's okay. Young going to run. Hit him! He's too small. We can't hit him. Target area is too tiny. Can't put a shoulder on his chest because there isn't one. Okay, there's Bryce Young. That can't be completed. We got two guys there. Reed and McKinstry. Neither one of them wants to make a play. We've got time on our side, though. 2nd and 1, 4.5 minutes to play. Up by 2 possessions. Texas on Texas. Sanders on Ford. We're running with it, but down goes Young. Sacked by Young. As Young sacked the young quarterback, Young. Chase chased him down. Okay, we can't really just leave Adam Thielen there. What are we doing? Big 3rd down, but you'd probably say this is not 4-down territory. You'd take 3 here if you're Carolina and can't get it. But this is a big play. Young going out to ETN. We just don't get there. I know it's my responsibility. He leaked out a little bit late, it looked like, and I thought we'd have the recovery speed to be able to at least save a touchdown. Young stepped up to the right, came back to the left. ETN wide open. Touchdown, Carolina. The mobility of Bryce Young complicated things there a little bit on that entire drive, and this is now just a 3-point game. 2:28 to play. Just need a couple of first downs here. Can we run the ball on first? Not that well, but that does take us down to the 2-minute warning. And look how many they have in the box. Is it worth a 2nd and 9 run to try and eliminate a timeout? We're going to motion over Juwan Johnson. We look like we have some type of zone coverage here because they didn't move with Juwan Johnson. Let's try to run behind that. Kamara gets nothing. 3rd and 9. 1:57 to play. It looks like they've got 3 on Olave. We're going to streak that. Kamara on the wheel. I just didn't love anything. Hill makes the catch. We only get a couple of yards. That was not what we wanted. I mean, there had to have been something else here. Maybe a bullet to Kamara, but it looked like he was getting picked up here. Maybe Olave down the field, but we just needed to hit Taysom Hill quickly. Instead, we flushed out for no reason. I don't know that Taysom Hill picks it up anyway. First down was a 32. He would have been close. I mean, that's who needed to catch the ball. That's a bad miss. We got out to an early lead, but Carolina has made a pretty nice comeback, and it all started with an interception. And now they just have way too much speed. I mean, why is Pete Warner on Tedero McMillan there? Because that's how zone defense works sometimes, but I don't like it. It's a bad matchup for us. 1:37 to play. 3 would tie it, but it looks like they want more. Seems like throw in the direction of Pete Warner every time you're going to be in business. Inside a minute now. They're motioning Thielen over. Knocked down at the line. I mean, at what point do we consider calling timeouts here? Oh, nice. We don't even have to consider it. Good defense. 4th and 3. Carolina to tie it. We're going to have roughly 35 seconds to try and get points. We're going to have time. We have timeouts. Let's go. We may have blown the lead, but sometimes that happens. Their defense turned up. Their offense just started scoring. 33 seconds for field goal range. That's all it is. There's Juwan Johnson. He's not nearly good enough. How about this bubble screen? It was really effective last time we called it. Not nearly as much this time. 3rd and 3. Wide open is Rashid Shaheed. Jukes back to midfield. We're going to go hurry up. We're going to try and save that timeout. We have time here. Bubble screen. Cooks is open. Brandon Cooks down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds at the 25. 5 seconds to go. We're going to try and just line it up. Kamara gives himself up. We call a timeout. It's a bold decision, but we know they can ice us. We want to make this kick as easy as possible. We had the timeout. We knew we can give ourselves up. There is some wind today. Right down the middle. 41-yarder to win it. Blake Grupe's kick looks right down Broadway. 30-27. We pull off the thriller and are now tied with the Panthers at 6-4 in the division. I know we blew the big lead, right? But sometimes the computer just turns it on. And I feel like that's what happened in this one. They played really, really tight, and we're not always the most consistent offense. A lot of the times, you know, it's quick strike. We hit something down the field. We get a big explosive play out of nowhere. And that can be inconsistent at times. And the shuck inaccuracy that showed up in the second half, I mean, just what do you do about that? Thought Kamara might go for 150 this game. Ends up with 18 for 53, under 3 per carry, but did have 2 touchdowns. Receiving, I mean, Kamara was a standout receiver, had close to 100 yards receiving. Shaheed, same deal, with a long of 58 and that big touchdown. And then defensively, run defense was awesome. Sacks for Chase Young, Danny Stutzman, Devon Godshaw. No picks in this one, but a real hard-fought win. Great win. Kelvin Banks up there with us. Seems like he had a clear game plan. What made the biggest difference today? Hey, Kelvin Banks, man. When you have a player like Kelvin from a great prestigious university like the University of Texas, makes everybody's job easier. Offensive line gets a +10 to morale, which you may not have been able to see behind my face cam there. And Kelvin Banks gets +1,000 XP. Could help the rookie offensive tackle develop just a little bit quicker. And this one was for the fans. Great win for the city of New Orleans. Fan approval goes up by 5. We definitely delivered. Panthers were missing some of their best players, but we definitely delivered. Week 11's the bye. Week 12, we got Atlanta. And then week 13, we've got Miami. We are absolutely on the edge of being a playoff team right now. We've just got to keep it up. 6-4 is right on the edge. So, just got to keep it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.